With America's growing cities and population came huge improvements. These new inventions included the Brooklyn Bridge, the first cable-wire steel suspension bridge in the world. It connected Manhattan and Brooklyn, two of the nation's largest cities at the time, helping transportation and businesses. The Brooklyn Bridge marked a phenomenal achievement for the United States.
German immigrant John Roebling presented the design of the bridge and was assigned the position of the head engineer of the project. When his foot was crushed by a ferry in 1869, 2 years after the initial proposal, his role was passed on to his son, Washington Roebling. President Grant signed a bill approving the bridge plan, and the work began in 1870. The workers started working in airtight underwater chambers that were cramped and in dangerous conditions. When they returned back to the surface, they had gotten a mysterious illness called the caisson disease, also known as a decompression sickness. Not only the workers contracted the disease, Washington Roebling also had caisson disease and was not able to recover from its effects on his nervous system. He retired in 1872, but the bridge was not completed until 1833. Building this bridge cost about $50 million and the lives of 20 to 50 people. Washington died in 1926 and was able to see the completion of his father's plans. His wife, Emily Roebling, was the first person to travel across the Brooklyn Bridge by carriage during the opening ceremony on May 24, 1883.
Commute between one's work and home usually took place on ferries that transported thousands of people at a time. New York winters, however, caused the Brooklyn River to freeze for months on end, preventing people from Brooklyn to travel to Manhattan easily. In addition, missing the quickest form of transportation at the time caused a hassle and many tardies. When the Brooklyn Bridge was built to connect Brooklyn to Manhattan, transportation became much more simplified. In a shorter amount of time, cars and people could cross to the other side of the state. Rail cars built across the span of the bridge allowed the poor people to travel to work and then back home. The promenade built above the famous suspension bridge permitted business workers and families to take breaks from their busy days to enjoy a relaxing stroll. When the bridge started collecting toll fees for each car, sheep, or person that crossed to the city on the other side, restoration of the bridge did not affect the government as much. Businesses excelled due to the easier means of transportation, and the life of an average New Yorker improved greatly.
The Brooklyn Bridge is no longer the world's longest suspension bridge, but is nonetheless one of the most influential landmarks in the nation, representing a shift in civilization from Europe to America. John Roebling's bridge symbolized the change that America had yet to encounter and represented the people of New York.
What a lovely view from